Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Reading Blank Until It Gets Bad.
Wowee!
Here again with my pal, Trenton.
Hello, it's me.
And this week, if we keep doing these weekly, we'll see. This week, we did Naruto. First 10 chapters. Naruto.
Yes.
Classic. Ninjas. Orange Kid. Chakra. Ninjutsu.
Shaolin Soccer.
Shaolin Soccer. Okay. So, first 10 chapters. I'm just gonna say what I did last time. What's your history with Naruto?
I knew it was about ninjas. There was a guy named Sasuke. There was a guy named Naruto. I think my cousins watched a little bit of Naruto. I never did. That's my history.
I watched a bit of Naruto, and then I skipped forward. I'm a part skipper. I skipped to Shippuden and watched the big first chunk of that, like the first 20 episodes. And then I read a little bit, like the first 2 volumes of the manga, and then I would just rent whatever volumes they had at the library. So I would jump to volume 16 and read all of that, start to end, then jump to 23, and so
Yes.
I was all over the place, and I got the gist of everything that happened because they would have recap stuff, but overall, yeah, I wasn't huge into Naruto, but I was pretty big into it. I was doing the Roblox, people would rebuild the villages in Roblox, and you'd run around and do the powers. And
Do Naruto RP.
whatever. I would invest my ticks into Naruto costumes for my Roblox character, so I was pretty into it, but not super deep. I couldn't name more than I still couldn't name more than 10 characters, probably, if that. What else? That's about it. Pretty big into Naruto. Pretty cool. I guess I was the Naruto kid as opposed to the Bleach kid. Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, let's see here.
I'm. You know what? I'm just gonna say I'm also more of a Naruto kid instead of a Bleach kid.
You almost
I almost messed up.
You were thinking your favorite drink. You like drinking Bleach more than you do eating Naruto.
Yeah.
Naruto, you know what Naruto is?
Yeah.
Little swirly fish thing.
Little orange guy.
Orange man. Yeah.
Orange
My Hero Academia. People call My Hero Academia green in Naruto, because it copied. It seemingly copied a lot of stuff, and was inspired a lot by it because he's just green instead of orange.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I know that.
Do you?
No, I don't know anything about My Hero Academia because I'm not a normie.
Well, Okay, anyways, you're more of a Naruto kid, you say. So, what do you think?
I thought it was pretty alright. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, it is pretty alright.
It wasn't fantastic, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was pretty alright.
Was able to read more than a chapter a night.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't suffering at all. I got through it pretty quick.
I kind of liked the art. It wasn't bad.
Was going to say, I really like the art. I like the environment art. I just like all
the
these...
designs.
I like these I don't know what you call them, splash pages or whatever, just at the start of every chapter. They just have the character doing something and a highly detailed thing. We'll have Naruto standing around balancing shit while he's reading scrolls, or standing on a balcony or whatever, and it all looks really cool.
Yeah, I like the character design a lot more than Bleach.
Yeah, they're just more distinct immediately. And it sucks, because I don't know if you've ever seen, you can actually see, their Shippuden designs, which is, post-time skip. You can see that on the icon for the Shonen Jump app. Their designs get worse. They get more boring. I don't know why they did that. Assuming that the time crunch or whatever, once it got really popular, he was probably at a time crunch to, get chapters out and whatever, and so he wanted to put as little work into them as possible, so he wanted to make the characters easier to draw, because Naruto's costume has a whole bunch of shit all over it, and he's got all the swirls that he'd have to draw, and I don't know, there's just a lot of detail there. He mentions at the end of, I think it's chapter 1, he drew him with goggles originally, but he didn't feel like drawing goggles every time, which is why he has the headband from chapter 3 onward.
Yeah, because I think he said it was a character from another manga he made for a bit.
Yeah.
The original design.
He said it originally wasn't even a ninja manga, but Naruto has just kind of persevered throughout his prototypes, which is cool. I like that stuff.
Yeah.
just in general, I really like I like shit like this where at the end of a chapter you get the author just talking about stuff and
It's
showing
nice.
stuff. Yeah, I wish that, I guess Chainsaw Man, not in the Shonen Jump app, but in general, like when it was published in Shonen Jump, like the author for Chainsaw Man would say some things. It wasn't much. It was literally just like saying what he ate for lunch and like whatever, and maybe like a slight inspiration for the chapter. I don't know, but I just like reading shit like that a lot.
Yeah.
And One Piece as a whole, I actually can't think of what it stands for, but it's called SBS, and it's like a Q&A thing where he takes readers' questions and just like responds to them in a goofy way, and it's like a whole page full of text, but it's all super nice, super enjoyable, super lol.
Neat.
Sometimes I like those better than the actual chapter. But anyways, yeah, environment art, very cool right away in the beginning here with the ninja town with the fucking people's faces that he's painting on. You get a couple of those where it's just like a shot of like the ninja town overhead. Way more interesting, way more cool to look at, detailed. Looks like a place I'd want to visit. In
Looks
Roblox.
in Roblox.
In Roblox, yeah.
But only in Roblox.
Only in Roblox. Mm-hmm.
Not in real life.
Mm-hmm. Unlike Bleach, which barely had any back. Yeah, we're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be comparing a lot to Bleach just because.
You're a Bleach kid or a Naruto kid?
I'm a Naruto kid for
Same.
sure, absolutely, 100%.
I think Naruto was a lot more interesting than Bleach Chan.
It's a lot more interesting. It's a lot more right away. Naruto as a character, he's got personality, right?
Unlike Mr. Bleach.
He's a prankster. He loves ramen. He's hardworking. You see him like working, like even though he's like he's not even really a slacker. Like he just sucks. He just like sucks. That's why he keeps like failing tests and stuff, but he's still like, you see him like working hard and like trying, but because he's such a troublemaker and he kind of sucks, that's why he hasn't moved on.
He likes big-breasted women.
He likes big-breasted women. They do the sex naked transformation joke like 3 times in the first 3 chapters, and then they stop. Never again. Nah, I think they do bring it back actually.
Good. Yeah, that's how Naruto's gonna defeat God at the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm assuming this happened.
How did you know that's how it ends?
Oh, I skipped ahead.
Because it's a Japanese
Yeah,
piece of media.
God has to show up, and they're gonna defeat him with the power of boobs / friendship.
/friendship / teamwork, as they learned about later.
Mm-hmm. Gotta work as a team.
But yeah, you can like right away, chapter 1, like page 20, you can say all this stuff about Naruto. What the fuck can you say about Mr. Bleach after 10 chapters?
He was named Strawberry, but he had 1 share.
He's a high schooler.
He can talk to ghosts.
That's all literally story stuff. None of that's like his personality.
He hangs out with a guy named Chad once.
Chad, yep. Who apparently becomes a professional boxer. I read ahead.
Good.
Spoilers.
I don't care.
I don't care. But yeah, no, very cool. Very, very cool. Highlights like that, and then just in general, characters have more personality for the most part.
Yeah, I had fun reading it.
Yep, the facial expressions are funny. They're not like Chainsaw Man levels of like comedy, but just, yeah, I just like the facial expressions that they make sometimes.
Yeah.
He's got his cool relationship with his teacher. He's like hard on him, but he cares about him. And later you find out that he's got the fox, the 9-tailed fox that they like fought 12 years ago inside of him, and that like killed his teacher's parents. And there's like a oath or something. Like all the adults who know about it, like by law, can't like tell people. Like they can't let people in on the secret that Naruto is the furry.
Yep, the big furry of the group,
I guess. Which seems kind of weird. I don't know. That seems like kind of a weird plot thing. Just like, oh yeah, we just made it. I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
the kids still bully him anyway, so whatever.
They do, because, and the teacher explains later, like, because the adults just have that prejudice because they know, even though they can't say it, they still, like, treat him like shit. And so the kids just by default have learned to treat him like shit. Could that be a commentary on racism, learning it from your parents?
No.
Maybe, I don't know.
No.
I
don't
know.
think it is. This is Japan. This is a show and jump manga.
They
they don't have anything deep in it.
Yeah, racism doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Japan is the least racist country in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are a bunch of minorities there, so therefore, they can't be.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, chapter 1, he fails the test, and then that one teacher is like, "Hey, you can steal this scroll, and I'll teach you how to be good." But he just wants the scroll for himself to do something. I can't remember what exactly, but
To be evil.
Just to be evil, yeah.
Become the next Lego Ninjago master.
Mm-hmm. This manga, I know it's just shonen stuff in general. Like, it's made for young boys, but because it's Japan, they swear, slight swears, and like there's blood and stuff. But it's more bloody than I remember. Like that shot where his teacher covers him and he throws that giant shuriken or whatever it's called and it sticks in his back. There's just blood all over the place. I'm like, holy shit. Yikes. Mm-hmm. Yikes. And then just in general, you see multiple times. There's that moment later where Kakashi gets like a billion knives stuck in the side of him and there's just tons of blood spurting out. But then you find out, obviously, later it's a log, but
yeah, still,
there's that drawing of him fucking torn to a million pieces. I don't know, it's pretty
There's also that bit where you think Sasuke got killed as well by the teacher, whatever, Hakashi or whatever. I don't remember the names.
Oh, yeah, when Girl sees
Girl
him,
online.
Like, Girl online, you never thought. Sees
her husbando dead.
Mm-hmm.
This actual teenage boy, probably younger. I don't know the ages.
Yeah. Well, Naruto is, I think, supposed to be 12 or 13 because they say that they sealed the fox spirit 12 years ago inside him as a baby.
So yeah, he's probably 12,
so he was already born when they sealed it, and they just put it in a baby for some reason. Maybe we'll find out later. Maybe. Yeah. So Naruto graduates, he gets his headband, he still doesn't wear it for the second chapter. The second chapter is kind of weird. It's kind of disconnected from everything else. It's just Naruto. He still has his goggles. It almost feels like a filler chapter already, and I don't understand. It's just this kid who's
Yeah. He was the Hokage's son?
He's the Hokage's son or grandson, and he's gonna be the future Hokage. Maybe. I don't know if it's a family thing or if it's you have to prove yourself to be the best ninja to become that.
I want to say prove yourself to be the best ninja from what I know about Boruto.
Yeah. I'm also confused. It said some shit earlier. There's that big title. The very first thing on chapter 1 is a big blurb. The fourth Hokage defeated the fox spirit and sealed him before passing away. And now they keep calling this other guy the third Hokage. So why did it... Why?
Maybe they're going up till the first Hokage. They probably thought 10.
And then what? And then what? That's weird.
Well, then they restart. Then they do a soft reboot.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that confused me. I don't know if it's a translation thing or if I'm just being stupid or they're
both.
Stupid. I don't know. There's a couple translation. I don't know if you noticed a couple not typos, but just the words don't quite make sense. But I think that's just early Shonen Jump English translation stuff.
Early 2000s. No one cared.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't care. They didn't care as much. The quality control wasn't as much there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just in general, this chapter is pretty much just him teaching that kid how to do the sexy jutsu.
Mm-hmm.
And he does it, and
he does the ninja harem.
And then he's they get mad at each other for some reason, and he's we're gonna be rivals now. And then they are.
Actually, this is the chapter where they explain a little more about Naruto, Demon Fox.
That's true, yeah. I'm seeing that in the middle here. There is a lot, I will say, and this comes up later in another chapter, there is a lot of text. Just a lot of, the speech bubble is a third of the thing, and it's just a text dump. That's okay, I guess, but I don't love that. I don't know if you've ever seen a Death Note page. There's so much text. It's just reading a novel, and it can be okay if it's interesting, but that's not what I come to manga for.
I come to jack after the art.
They can show off. If I would read a book, if I just wanted people talking, or a play. I like when they can, tell the story with the pictures and minimal dialogue. Chainsaw Man did a pretty good job of that. Fire Punch definitely hardly had any talking. Well, the first chapter did, but I like that. I like when there's not big text dumps, which later there's one. Well, we'll talk about when we get to it. But yeah, chapter 2, whatever, it's okay.
Yeah, fine.
Chapter 3, I love this. I love how he wakes up. You see that cool picture. You see the cool like outside image.
Yeah.
You see the milk that he's drinking, which is foreshadowing because it's spoiled milk. What were we gonna say?
Yeah, no, just saying the art is nice.
Yeah, I love this picture. This one at the end. I mean, on the second page or third page. Ooh, it's cool. Ooh, I like it. I like cool environment shit. See his classmates all around there. They all got the spiky hair. Some of them look the same. There's actually a few characters in here that look just like Naruto. And like later on, there's like a major villain that looks just like Naruto, but with orange hair and slightly different eyes.
Yeah, so, Naruto leave with twin brother. Garuto. We meet Sakura, who is a total babe, but that's the problem. Naruto hates women, so you know.
No, he loves her. He loves her.
For now.
He's super
yeah, but later on, I'm calling it now, he's going to realize that he's in love with Sasuke, and they're going to be gay for each other.
Well, they do kiss in this chapter.
They're gonna you know, go and play soccer together. Shaolin soccer, to be exact.
Shaolin soccer, mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, they kiss. This is like an iconic moment. You see it in a lot of... I also watched a lot of Naruto AMVs, by the way. When I was
you would.
So I guess I was pretty into it. There's this one particular one where it's the Naruto versus Sasuke, and it's with a Papa Roach song about suicide. It's super edgy and cool. It's still up, and the quality is terrible because it's from like 14 years ago, but it's based. I'll send it later. It's spoilers, but I'll send it later. It's good. Cool.
God.
Okay.
That was good.
Let's see. Hey, this manga has some pretty good comedy. Not like LOL, laugh out loud bullshit, but I snort. I snort a couple times.
It gives me a smile. It does put a smile on my face sometimes.
Yep, I like this one. They're like, alright, next cell number 7. They say Sakura, Naruto, and you get like him going woohoo and her going rats. And Sasuke. And then he, they swap. Yeah. He's like, bummer. And she's like, oh yeah. That's funny. I like later when he is tied up and then he like cuts himself free, lands, and immediately lands on another trap and gets up. I snorted. I did a little snort. I had a little snort. It was pretty funny. When Sasuke's in the ground later, and you see his head poking out.
I laughed.
She thinks that he's been decapitated.
I laughed. I laughed when I saw Sasuke get stabbed, but it was just an illusion.
I laughed so hard. I laugh when anything bad happens to Sasuke.
I don't see it. I don't see why if teenage girls swoon for him.
He's a shit. Yeah, he is the problem. He's why there's so many fucking incels and shit, because like they just think being quiet and cool and whatever. This is where it all started. This is where like all edgy. Not really. There was obviously edgy characters before this, but this is where it started because he's so fucking edgy. He's like, oh, I have someone I need to kill, and oh god, what else does he? Oh my god, later he says like he made me cry. And Sakura's like, you cried?
I do cry.
I do cry. I do know hurt.
Yeah, no, I don't see Sasuke. He's too edgy for me.
Yeah. That's what I was saying at the end of the last podcast. Like, it seems like a lot of people who read this manga, a lot of dumb Naruto fans read it for Sasuke. They go like, Naruto's okay. He's the main character, but he's more of the comic relief. Sasuke's the real cool one. He's the one I really care about. He's my favorite character.
No, I like dumb main characters.
Like, what the fuck are you talking? Sakura's more interesting than Sasuke. I don't give a shit about Sasuke. There's a lot of comparisons. I don't know how much like Chainsaw Man discussion you have had with other people, but like Aki from Chainsaw Man, when you first meet him, he's kind of similar, He's very, not really edgy, but,
Yeah,
to the point, thinks that Denji is just a fucking idiot, just like...
Well, Denji was an idiot.
And he was, yeah, and Naruto is also kind of an idiot. A hardworking idiot, but, But yeah, like right away when I first saw Aki and Chainsaw Man, I was like, oh god, this is going to be the Sasuke guy. I hate this guy. But then, by the end, he's like the coolest dude.
Unlike Sasuke, probably.
And you get sad. Well, that's the thing. I think Sasuke gets you see a little bit of his, like, endearment come out, like at the end of the later chapter when he's like, are you okay, you big chicken? And like smirks at him and stuff. Like, he's got a little more to him. That's kind of funny, but as I think I remember, or as I understand it, his character gets absolutely fucking butchered later and gets just totally ruined with his whole revenge plot, and he just becomes like a terrible, shitty edgelord. Basically, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. He was like, in the original game, he was like edgy and like all business and stuff, and I don't care, but fuck
society.
Fuck society. I'm just here for the paycheck. I'm just here to do stuff, and
I'm just here to hang out with my boyfriend.
But he also said funny shit all the time and dressed like a girl and said "Let's mosey." But then, as he got hyper popular, like I assume Sasuke did, and fans just got attached to his edginess, the author just kind of leaned into that, and that's all he became, and it sucks. I hate that shit.
I think if Sasuke said "Let's mosey," he would be a much better character.
Let's mosey. Yeah, he says some funny shit sometimes, like. I don't know if this is a translation thing, but just everyone calls people dunces, and later at one point he says buffoon.
Calling people dunces and buffoons need to come back.
Yeah, you know? It does. I really like buffoon, but he does say that like a couple times. He's like, "Oh, you're being a buffoon."
Good.
But anyways, they get put in the same group, and then we meet Bam, best boy, Kakashi.
He is best boy.
He's cool. He's
I thought he was what's his face? Why am I forgetting names now? Sasuke.
You thought he was Sasuke?
Yeah, because I've seen this guy before, and I knew Sasuke was the resident edgelord. So I'm like, oh, that guy must be Sasuke.
Oh, this guy, he looks edgy. I love characters like Kakashi where they kind of look edgy, but they're really not at all. As far as I know, maybe he gets more edgy later, because in general, I think Naruto gets more edgy later, but yeah, I like that. Like the main character, everyone always shares, like when they talk about edgy characters, they show like Shadow the Hedgehog and like the girl from Kill la Kill. Girl from Kill la Kill's not that edgy. She's actually kind of goofy, but she just looks edgy. I don't know. I like that. He's wearing a face mask, like a based guy, covers the nose.
Yep. He's
all the time.
Himself from COVID.
Never takes it off. COVID champ here.
Based king.
Based king. Yep. This is exactly when COVID started. All the Naruto fans got excited because they get to just be Kakashi now in stores everywhere without being weird.
They get to put on the Naruto headband and no one will look at them anymore.
Mm-hmm. He also wears his headband crooked, covering his eye. I wonder what that's all about.
It's because his eye is really big.
He's got pink eye?
Yeah.
I remember they had a whole filler episode. It was like episode 100, at least on the Cartoon Network English run. There was a whole filler episode where they just try to figure out what Kakashi looks like without his mask.
Sounds like a good episode.
And at the end, he just is like, "There's another mask under my mask." He's a double masker.
What a based king.
He's so based.
I feel like he would stab an anti-masker.
He would. He would shred their shirt at the local Cub Foods.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
But anyways, yeah, he's cool. I like him. He's cool. I like his design. Like we said before, everyone's designs are pretty cool overall. Just has cool stuff about them. What else? He does this whole, like, tell me a little bit about yourself, which we just hear Naruto likes ramen.
Well, I mean, yeah, who doesn't?
Which we already knew. We hear Sasuke's edgy. We hear...
Who isn't?
Sakura's only character trait is that she's got a big forehead and likes Sasuke and hates Naruto.
Yeah, you could probably land a plane on that forehead.
What?
You could probably land a plane on her forehead, you know?
Yeah, I like that they acknowledge the big forehead. I wonder if that might be because there's not a huge... big amount of people, but there's a small but vocal minority of people who can't get into One Piece because the characters' foreheads are too big. Basically, Code Lyoko syndrome, if you know what that is. The characters just have huge foreheads. So I wonder if, like, they wanted to draw her like this, because at this point One Piece was already running and was really popular and was the biggest thing in Shonen Jump, so I wonder if they were like, oh, we're going to give her a big forehead, because that's her character design, but we're going to acknowledge it so people don't get turned off by it. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not mangaka author of Naruto.
I am. I wrote it. I wrote it, yep. That's me.
Mr. Naruto, is that you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who wrote it. I was gonna look it up, but I forgot.
So then they do the training thing. What'd you think of the training thing?
It was alright.
Yeah, it was alright. I remember even though I was super into Naruto when I was younger, I thought it went on too long. Like, they're already seemingly done with it, just going to these training grounds and just doing, like, sparring. I thought they did it for, like, multiple episodes, and maybe there was some filler there. But I remember it being way longer. But in here, it's literally, like, 3 chapters.
Yeah.
And then they're seemingly done with it. They're actually going on missions now.
Yeah, that's fine. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool, pretty cool. They do the whole bells thing. He's trying to grab his balls.
Yeah.
He's sitting and reading shit. Oh, he does the classic, the absolute classic, 1,000 Years of Death, which is when you stick your 2 pointer fingers up someone's ass.
That's hot.
And apparently that is their village, Konohagakure village's most secret and most sacred technique.
Well, yeah, it would be.
Is sticking your fingers up their ass. Even though later we see that there's literal, like, magic, like you can, like, do a bunch of hand signs and blow fire and blow electricity and shit. But no, this is the most sacred technique.
Well, yeah, it's called 1,000 Years of Death.
1,000 Years of Death. Yeah.
Keep it secret, keep it safe.
Pretty funny, pretty cool. I have a Naruto fighting game on the Wii, and that's one of his attacks. Very cool.
And you also read the book called Make Up Paradise.
He does.
You need to know how it ends.
He needs to know. I'm dying to know how it ends. I like it. He's a cool guy.
I thought it was going to be an edgelord, but
Yep.
he is pretty rad.
He's the best. He obviously right now doesn't have as much going on as like Naruto, but he's the coolest. He's probably my favorite character so far.
Yeah, I think so.
I won't
as well.
say he's the best character because I know of a character who comes later. I don't know if you know who Rock Lee is and Might Guy. Oh,
I know of them. I don't know anything about them.
holy shit! Just you wait. I don't know. I actually can't remember how far they come in, but oh man, oh baby, they're rad. Okay. Anyways, let's see. He does the doppelganger thing that he learned from the scroll.
And they're real boys instead of fake boys.
They're real boys, yeah. They're not even just holograms or whatever the fuck. They're
Illusions.
real flesh and blood. We get this little thing at the end where the author talks about his plant. Cool, very cool.
I wish I had a plant.
You learn about ninja substitution, which I'm gonna sound. All the weebs are gonna get mad at me. I think that's a real thing. Like it became super popular in anime and manga now. Because of Naruto, just the thing with like replacing yourself with a log and whatever. But I think that might have been a thing real ninja did. I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
I don't even know how you would do that. I don't know how you would very quickly like grab a nearby log and switch places with it.
Using a ninjutsu.
Ninjutsu, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, there was a whole thing. So I talked about how later on... Well, hold on. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. They fight. Naruto gets his ass wrecked. Gets trapped twice. Sakura does nothing. She just gets scared.
She's like, I'm on a diet.
I'm on a diet. Okay, yeah. So when Sasuke... By the way, when I was a kid, I pronounced... because I read the manga first. It was like my first manga after Dragon Ball. I pronounced it Sasuke.
Good.
I pronounced Hokage Hokage.
Good.
So,
I like both.
I think I like literally up until I was talking to someone at school or something about Naruto, and I said, "Oh yeah, he's gonna become the next Hokage," and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I think I'm gonna just call it Hokage and Sasuke from now on.
Sasuke. It is Sasuke. I hear people still to this day say sauce guy, like sauce guy, and I'm like,
when the sauce guy is sauce.
Like we'll watch a show and there'll be a edgy person and they'll say, "Ha, sauce guy." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you?" Oh, Sasuke. Okay, all right. His sauce. When the edgy guy is sauce. Nice. Anyways, he blows fire, and you're like, "Whoa, fire! I didn't know they could do that." I think that's the first time we saw that in this manga. I remember this getting explained way earlier. I don't know if this is coming in the next chapters, but there's a whole fucking system. There's a whole shonen battle system to learn about like chakras and like lining up your chakras and how many midichlorians basically, like how good your chakra is, how powerful your chakras are. You can like do these different elemental attacks and shit. It's not obviously hasn't been explained too much right now, other than Sasuke does it and Kakashi's like, "Whoa, you shouldn't be able to do that."
Well, yeah, he's the edgy guy. Of course he's good at it.
Yeah, of course he can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he still gets his ass wrecked, gets dragged to the ground. Cool shit.
Gets his head cut off.
Naruto tries to be an epic lad and eat their food, but he gets caught.
Based King Naru.
Is that cool moment where he's like, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be like all these ninja that are etched on this fucking thing. These are all the heroes. Yeah, I'm gonna be etched there. And they're like, yeah, that's all the heroes that died, kid. And you get just 4 panels of him just like going from smiling to like, oh shit, oh fuck. Good shit. What else? Oh yeah, and then they say he's like tied to the pole, and they're like, okay, yeah, fine, you guys all fail, but I guess you'll still pass as long as you don't feed your food to Naruto. Don't do that. You'll fail.
Don't feed Naruto.
But then Sasuke, the last guy you expect to, he actually feeds him. He gives him some food, and so does Sakura. And because they did that, they pass. Because
wow, what a king.
This is super based. He says like, yeah, not following rules is trash, but not supporting your fellows is lower than trash. And even Naruto's like, wow, that's kind of cool. That's kind of based.
Based king?
Very based, yeah. And you get that moment before where Naruto's teacher is talking to the other guy, and he's like, oh, he hasn't passed a single student. And then, obviously, immediately they pass.
Yeah, and then they leave Naruto tied up to be eaten by bears.
To be eaten by bears, yeah, and to starve to fucking death.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I would leave Naruto to starve.
Mm-hmm.
Little gremlin.
Yeah. Chapter 9, they're off doing their missions now, but it's shitty side quest missions, catching cats, doing shit. There's a lot
Escort
of text.
missions, Resident Evil 4-ing it.
Yeah.
You know.
And he's like, oh,
I don't want to be an escort. I want to kill dragons.
I want to kill dragons. But he has him escort this guy, this random bridge builder. I don't even fucking remember this guy from when I read this a long time ago. But they just need him to... They just need to escort him. Okay, here we go.
Doing fishnets.
There's a big fucking text dump here on page 15 of chapter 9.
Oh, yeah.
This I don't like. It's kind of hard to read with that text. There's a
Yeah.
lot of it. It's not that cool. Like
That whole page is just text.
yeah, I hated this. I was also reading this late last night, and I was like half asleep already, and I was like, oh my god, this is so much. This is the shit I don't like in manga.
Yeah.
It's okay, like whatever. Now we know that there's these different villages with different symbols and different ninja and whatever, but it could have been done better. Come on,
Yeah.
guys.
It could have just been done in normal dialogue.
Yep. Okay, so then they fight these 2 ninjas. What did you think of this fight? What did you...
It was fine. I liked
Could
it.
could you tell what was going on?
No, not really.
I couldn't either. And this is what I mean with, like, not taking full advantage of manga. Because you can... It's not just manga. It's not just because it's, like, still images. Like, that it's hard to tell. Because you can still make that work. In Chainsaw Man, I always knew what was going on in fights, for the most part. In Berserk, I always know what's going on because it's so fucking well done. Even Dragon Ball does a good job with it, but that's just because the character designs are so simple. But yeah, I can't tell what's happening here. There's like one guy that comes out of the puddle, then 2 guys with a chain, and they wrap up Kakashi and like split him in half. That's cool. But then... it's just... Second page... What is happening in the second page of chapter 2? Chapter 10.
Know.
Chapter 10. What is this? I don't... Is that their arm? Are they connect? They're like holding... I don't get this.
Yeah.
This is what I hate. And Bleach was definitely worse. Like, I can tell what's kind of happening with this one, and overall the fights are pretty alright, but... Yeah.
It's just a little weird.
It's not the best. It's kind of weird, kind of hard to tell what's going on.
But,
They like... They like...
holding hands, you know.
They're holding hands. He like gets his chains like stuck to a tree. Naruto's up in the air for some reason. It looks like he like throws another thing to stick it into the tree, but then Naruto also gets hurt at some point here and like gets a scratch with the poison claws. But I don't actually see that happen ever. I went back and like I'm looking through it now. I don't see when that actually happens.
Yeah.
Sasuke like jumps on him. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what's happening, but. Whatever. I don't know.
I mean,
hopefully it gets better. Hopefully he just kind of learns how to draw better fight scenes.
This could be his first manga. I don't know anything about this guy.
It could be. Possibly. What else? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Oh, yeah, last thing. Very last thing that happens here is Naruto. They're like, okay, yeah, he got the poison in him. He needs to... he could drain it out with blood, but he should probably... Sakura's like, yeah, you should probably go back and go to a hospital and whatever. We shouldn't even be on this mission. This is obviously more than we bargained for. Let's just go back. But based Naruto, based King, just fucking... It's like, no, I've worked too hard. Why does this always happen? Why am I always the odd one out? So he fucking stabs his hand.
Yeah.
Just to drain it. Oh, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Even Sasuke's like, whoa, he stabbed his fucking hand.
I wish I could do that.
Yep. I wish I could stab my hand.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like that. I like that he did that.
Yeah.
And then we see this other guy at the end. Apparently those ninjas were from, like, the Mist Village or whatever, which I thought was where this bridge guy was from. I thought that's where they were bringing him. And for some reason, he's just being hunted by ninja guys. And then there's this other random guy with a giant... neck-cleaving knife. Is gonna fight him. I am Momochi Zabuza, the demon of the ninjas who hide in the mist.
Yeah, because he has camo boots and gloves.
Oh, yes, yeah, there you go. Whoa, this dude doesn't have any legs or arms. How's he
Whoa!
He's like the anti-Rayman.
What? No way. Oh, man.
I don't know if you noticed, he's got a headband on like them, but it's got the different symbol, like the waves on it, and earlier on that map with the text dump, you can see all the symbols, so all the ninjas from the different places, they have different symbols on their headbands. That's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like license plates.
Yeah.
And then you get this drawing at the end of his office / home. I like seeing shit like this. It's just a huge fucking mess, and he just says...
Well, yeah, he doesn't have time to do anything. He writes manga for a living. He's supposed to work 23 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah. At least he's got assistants. There was that one page earlier at the end of a chapter which showed him and like 4 other people. So he's got assistants, but yeah.
I like how he sleeps in the closet.
He sleeps in the closet, yep. He's cool. He seems like he's got personality.
Yeah.
The Bleach author had personality, but not like he didn't write any like stuff like this or draw stuff or write little text blurbs at the end. Like if you look up a picture of him, he just wears sunglasses and has slicked hair and is trying to look like a cool guy, even though he's like 50, but that's it.
Yeah.
I like this guy. What's his name? Masashi Kishimoto.
Yes.
Author of Naruto. Pretty cool.
He hasn't really done much other than Naruto?
No, he hasn't. Like I said, he tried to do something recently called Samurai 8, which was like a follow-up because Boruto, he like gave them permission and like...
Yeah, Boruto. Yeah. He's now currently writing Boruto.
That's what I heard, yeah, because unfortunately his other manga just crashed and burned. How many chapters did it get? Let me double check.
He also wrote a one-shot for Bleach.
Oh. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. Just like, what? Just like adapting a chapter?
Yeah, it just says Bleach one-shot on Wikipedia, published October 11th, 2010.
Okay. Oh, I still haven't read it. I need to. You should read it, too, just for the hell of it. That one chapter that... Boichi adapted from One Piece.
You know, I would. I'll once I get up to reading One Piece, I'll read that version of that chapter once I get there.
You could, yeah. I think it's like chapter 38.
No, Samurai 8 had 38 chapters, 43 chapters before it got canceled.
Okay, so...
Well, it ended. I don't know exactly.
It got canceled. It, absolutely, they got canned.
Rebecca Silverman of Anime News Network ranked the first one with a B-. Silverman considered the series appeal to younger readers, although the good-hearted nature of the series could appeal to older readers as well. She praised Okabe's art, but considered the world largely underdeveloped and felt there were 2 noticeable gaps in the story's continuity. For Samurai 8, Tale of Haramuchi. But it looks like there's a hamster guy, and that's pretty rad.
Yeah, and I think it's futuristic. I don't know. It looks interesting. I have it on the dock as something for us to check out eventually.
Yeah, but Naruto is pretty alright. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's definitely not gotten bad yet, which makes me ask: are we going to continue?
I am completely down.
Cool. Let's do it.
I enjoyed Naruto quite a bit.
Yeah, same.
I had fun.
All this. Wow. Who knew that normie mainstream big 3 manga
could be good.
Could be good.
But not Bleach.
I don't know how long it's good. Like I said, I think Tyler, who's a big Naruto guy, he said that the manga never gets bad. The only reason that it gets a bad rap is because everyone was watching the anime, and the anime obviously has a shit ton of filler. There's actually something called Naruto Kai, which is, like Dragon Ball Z Kai, cuts out all the filler and speeds up the pacing. And someone, did that where they just cut out the filler and basically adapted 1 hour episodes that is each one is one volume. And I've thought about watching that if I cared enough. I don't know how good the animation is, if the fights are cooler or better. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
But overall, he claims that it never gets bad. I've heard mixed things, but I don't know.
I don't know much about the Naruto community and how they feel about it.
Yeah. Well, for now, I do know that everyone hates Boruto.
Well, except that, Naruto goes to jail at one point.
Oh, they go to jail, yeah. No one cares about Boruto as far as I know.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone talk about Boruto.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it exists.
It also it's a very slow, because obviously I have the Shonen Jump app, I get updates, and I see when a new Boruto chapter comes out. I think it's monthly chapters?
Yeah, I think of only 50-something chapters. 57.
Yeah. And it's been going for a while. Naruto ended, I think, 2016, 2017.
Yeah, and Boruto started in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And only on chapter 57.
Yep, it's monthly, it looks like, and it looks like they're 41-page chapters, so...
Not bad, but...
respectable, but...
I find it weird that they're already adapting. I mean, I just don't like anime when they adapt manga as it's still ongoing, especially when it's slow like this.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely
that's my biggest worry, is that they're going to get to JoJo Liam before JoJo Liam's done. I don't think it's going to happen, but...
It's entirely possible, though.
Yeah. Because I keep saying, I think JoJo Liam has a year left, and they keep proving me wrong, so...
Mm-hmm. How long have you been reading JoJo Liam? 3
Probably
years?
2-3 years now, yeah.
We're coming up, it's May now, so we're coming up on my 4 years since I got into JoJo.
I can probably actually check my JoJo Liam.
Based.
Who...
Okay, well, yeah, we won't pick a different manga then. We'll just keep going with
Naruto. I'm down with
We'll do another 10, see if it loses our interest or gets bad, but I'm pretty optimistic. I actually can't really remember what happens after this, because like I said, I read the first, volume or two. We're in volume 2 now, and then I, would jump around in the anime and jump to further volumes, so I can't really remember what happens, but yeah, cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed. Good time.
Based. All those kids running around on the playground doing the Naruto one were right. They were all right.
That one guy going to Area 51, he was also right.
He was right. All right, cool.
All right.
All right, catch us next time.
Bye.